Good morning, everybody. This is Diggs. It's another beautiful day out here in the Pacific Northwest. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic Saturday morning. Of course, WoTV did update with Lightning and Hope's information, VCs, and gear. We're going to go ahead and take a first look at it, kind of figure out, what's going on, whether they're good or not, and what my thirst thoughts are. Let's go ahead and dig in. Now, I will say I am thirsting a little bit for Lightning. Lightning is kind of a really cool unit. And if anything, I love Lightning because of her VC. Her VC is going to give attack 164, defense 4. For the individual unit, it's going to give attack 10%, accuracy plus 15, which is really good. Party-wide, it's going to give AoE resistance 20, lightning attack 18, which is also really good. Lightning units, when it's capped, it's going to give critical evasion 20. Not the best, but the fact that we're getting a really good AoE resist, a lightning attack VC, and that lightning is probably going to get her own buffs on this is pretty good. So, of course, as someone who has been wanting some really powerful lightning VCs for quite a while, I'm very excited to see this coming out. I also am in love with Lightning Sword, and there's a variety of units that can use this, and I'm not saying this is going to be pretty sick on Thunder God Sid, but it's kind of going to be sick on Thunder God Sid, because not only do you get the lightning attack 30 for any unit that equips it, you get a 30% chance the counter doesn't activate, which is, it's amazing. That is amazing to have on a weapon that also comes with lightning attack up 30. Like, Sid is like waiting for this weapon, and I can't wait to put it on him. So very excited for this. Also excited for the buff for lightning on this as well, which is going to give slash attack 15 and missile attack 15. I mean, before we even look at the unit, the VC and the gear are shaping up to be pretty exciting. Her TMR, not the most exciting, gives attack 30%, lightning attack 25. I've seen better. Her mastery ability, though, I really like. Standard lightning buff is what it gives. And then for her, it gives lightning attack 5 and decrease AP consumption 15. I have been really enjoying messing around with AP consumption recently. I think a lot of the VCs they've been adding that have AP consumption or acquired AP on them have been really awesome. Like being able to stack them with double VCs, it's causing me to put together compositions I didn't originally think of. So seeing decrease AP consumption 15 is very exciting for me. In terms of her stats, she is going to be a pretty fast unit. Of course, you can't see the buildup of stats here yet. But she's going to have 20% resistance to water. She's weak 10% to earth. But let's be honest, has earth really been able to stop lightning over the last couple of weeks? Because I don't think it has. But she comes with 10% missile, 20% magic resistance. She's weak 10% to striking, and she has 10% slash resistance. So her resistances are incredible. An important note as well is she does have 50% disable resistance when we are approaching a world where we may be seeing more status ailment gameplay with tactics around the corner. Very important to consider that she does have that disable, and I just love the 20% magic resistance. In her skills, she's got some interesting stuff going on. Of course, she's got the Lucii passive, which is going to give agility 12%, defense penetration 40. You're almost always going to set this. And then you kind of have a variety of abilities. You can set missile resistance for 15%. You can set sniper secrets for missile attack 15, luck 12%. Viking for HP 12%, attack 24%. That's all going to be pretty good. She does have a preemptive counter shot ability, and it almost sounds like it's counter asper. It looks like it'll be translated as, but it's a 30% chance to proc, has a range height of 2, 121% modifier with increased AP 20 for self. Pretty exciting. The one thing I'm always scared about with these counter abilities that are specifically missile based is that they're going to hit my allies. Ever since I had Sir O just, maimed to death by Raryu back in the day when I was trying to climb tower, I always am cautious about these types, but I think this will be pretty good on her. We have slash resistance down on her primary ability, so she's going to be able to lower slash resistance by 25%. Her secondary buff ability is going to give her a pursuit ability, and that's going to be very similar to Agrius. That's going to be very similar to Noctis. It's going to give her a barrier, which reduces damage taken 50% for 3 times. It's going to give slash resistance 25% and missile resistance 25% for herself. And then it's going to launch Pursuit, which if you come down here, is going to be a typeless, attack-focused attack, very similar to Agrius's. Gonna be pretty monstrous overall, and let's be honest, 25% slash resistance is gonna put her at 35% slash resistance. An additional 25% missile resistance is gonna make her very powerful. This ability has not been fully translated, but I did go to Reddit, and there was a post by DeFloy that was talking about the translation of this ability. This does look like her main missile-based ability, and it's basically a barrage, which has range height 1, AoE height 1. It has defense penetration 40, so you're going to have effectively 80 defense pen with this, and it's a buff, so the defense pen 40 lasts for multiple turns. 200% modifier, and the effect, even though it's not translated on here, seems to be it's either when you hit and crit your opponent, or I think it's when your opponent dies, you gain AP from them dying. I'm not 100% on this. Again, I haven't seen a guaranteed translation. That's kind of what I've been reading though. She has Rush Assault, which I think is very powerful. Increase agility 25% for 3 turns for allies, increase accuracy 30 for 3 turns for allies, and restore AP 10 for self. So you're gonna have a lot. She's very similar to Agrius in that she has a ton of buffs, and I almost wonder if kind of the direction we're going with these types of units is just to not have AP generation TMRs. I'm genuinely curious at this point, just from what we've seen going on. She has a barrier break, which is going to be 165x modifier. And then her job level 25 is a 200% modifier with a 50% chance to land slow when performing a critical hit on the opponent. So very powerful. She has a lot of really good things in her kit. The most notably in her main kit, the biggest thing that's missing is a 100% hit attack. Her limit break is going to give slash resistance penetration 40. So keep in mind, she could potentially have upwards of 80 defense pen and 40 slash pen, just kind of as you're fighting her. It's a 3-hit attack. It's her only multi-hit ability. 200% modifier, and it'll decrease lightning resistance 38. I'm not completely sold on the decreased lightning resistance 38, just because we have a ton of units and lightning that can decrease lightning resistance. So that's not what particularly sells me on this. The multi-hit sells me. The slash resistance penetration sells me for 3 turns. I think we're going to be seeing you know, a lot of lightning slash chaining in PvE, and I think even though lightning doesn't have multi-hit ability, she's gonna still pretty much obliterate everything, particularly with, you know, damage limit up VCs and hitting cap damage just out the gate. I think she's going to be a monster, very similar to Esther. In her sub kit, she's going to have a 25% chance to disable. It's going to be slash attack, and then she has a attack and magic debuff, which is a missile attack. She has access to sub sniper with, of course, dispel spread. She has arm shot, she has slow shot, you know, everything that you would expect. In her Viking sub job, she does, of course, have the launch ability, so she'll have enhanced crit there. Pretty much everything you would expect. You're probably going to end up subbing her, I would imagine, sniper, just for some versatility, but you might even turn some of those abilities off. Let's go ahead and talk about Hope for a little bit. You know, time for everybody to click off of this video, I think. Hope, not my favorite unit. I know not many people's favorite units, but he is a very important unit in Final Fantasy XIII, and he has some interesting things going on for him. So he is going to be the future hero with Sub Red Mage and Time Mage. His TMR gives a very large attack and magic bonus for 40%. Again, you'll probably just use Medina's TMR. This TMR is not, you know, remarkable in any way. It does have 2 uses though. His mastery ability is going to buff light allies. It's going to give magic 5% for self. And he's going to get increased AoE resistance 10 for self. Interestingly, his piece of gear doesn't seem that great. It's going to give defense penetration 20, and it only has, I imagine this is going to be like an ability board piece of gear. And his vision card gives AoE resistance as well. So he kind of has this theme of like area of effect resistance going with him. He has some magic attack up. The VC has attack and magic. which now I kind of want to look into his kit to see if he has both attack and magic abilities. And I'm starting to get scared that maybe he has hybrid. I don't think he does, but oh, get a little terrified. It gives light units magic up and accuracy plus 25. People probably go crazy for the accuracy plus 25. I think I'm going to go crazy for the max damage 2500. I think that's going to be a really big deal. I feel like we have like Bahamut will already be set either in the main slot or the sub slot. So this may just be relegated to like a sub slot VC. We'll have to see, although with this AoE resistance up here, I imagine it might be main slot. So take a look at Hope's stats here. 5% slash resistance, 5% weak to piercing, 10% missile, and 15% magic resistance. He has 50% resistance to confusion, 50% resistance to slow, and 10% resistance to toad. Confusion resistance is going to be really important with Agrius returning in Agrius 120. Agrius is going to be a unit that does focus on confusion a lot on your opponents. In terms of his passives, he has some interesting stuff going on. In his primary kit, he has Spirit 12, Spirit Penetration 40, so you can definitely gear him towards dealing some damage. He has, of course, the Time Mage passives to null CT change. Interestingly, he also has quick casting passives. So he has, if you stack both of them from both Time Mage and his main job, he's going to have 650 cast time reduction. He's also a light unit, so he's going to benefit from having Trousseau. And that's, I mean, his cast time is going to be really fast. His counterattack ability is going to have a 30% chance, 121% modifier, and it'll decrease critical hit chance by 40 for 3 turns on the target. Very high range, and it is preemptive as well. Also magic based. And interestingly, we are in a situation here where it does look like most of his attacks are going to be magic based. It looks like compared to lightning, which is all physical. It's weird that all of his attacks are magic based, but he has attack on his vision card. I wonder if you know, they wanted to just have like a universal light vision card for people. Light of Guidance is going to increase magic 40% for 3 turns, 121% damage modifier, pretty good. Shield and Support gets upgraded. It's going to give slash resistance 30% for 3 turns to allies, magic resistance 30% for 3 turns to allies, and decreased chance of being targeted for self. I think this is a really powerful buff. Again, though, we do have a lot of units with slash resistance penetration right now, so it'll be kind of interesting to see. Also, the magic resistance with Dark Fina around, very curious. The other thing you need to consider is that we also have Ramza coming out here in the near future, and Ramza is going to be focusing on a lot of party-wide buffs. Of course, Ramza's biggest buff was Shout back when he first released, and I'm wondering if we're going to see some modifiers to that or some changes to that. He's going to have, I have no idea what this ability is, something Ga, but it's going to decrease AoE resistance 20 for 3 turns on the target. Very high range, range height 2 and AoE height 1. Anytime you decrease AoE resistance, we will take it, especially since it's a light element attack. You know, it's going to help to, you know, if you ever are in a situation where you're trying to chain like Holy or something, well, I guess Holy is a single target hit. But if you're trying to do some type of light chaining, might help. Physical enhancement 2, we actually don't know what this does yet. I haven't seen anything. I didn't see anything on Reddit for the specific description of physical enhancement 2. It looks like it's going to be a party-wide buff of some type. I don't know what it's going to do, but it's probably defensive in nature. He's going to have access to Crack, which will do a 220% modifier. Look at this AoE. 25% chance to inflict stun. This is undoubtedly going to be super annoying. It does cost 38 AP. It does have a cast time associated with it, but this is a monster. Like, imagine this landing stun nonstop on you. And it's 220% typeless. Oh, it's going to be destruction incarnate. I don't think he'll be meta. I think you will see him in some PvP capacity, but when you see that ability, it's just going to be like, oh. Job level 25 is going to increase light attack 40 for 3 turns for allies, increase AoE resistance 20 for 3 turns to self. So keep in mind, he already had some AoE resistance in his mastery and on his VC. This would put him at about 35 AoE resistance if you do stack everything. And this light buff is very powerful. This is very similar to the Scholar job, where you're able to like buff a specific element in your party with like a certain buff. So I kind of see it's almost like he's an advanced type of scholar, you could say. He has access to Stopka, which is going to be a pain in the butt. 25% chance to inflict stop in a cross-shaped attack. He has a it says Luinga here. I'm not sure what it is, but it's some type of Ga spell, which is typeless and reduces counter chance by 100. It's AoE, 185% modifier. Seems okay. Jamming Thrust, of course, from Sub Red Mage. Time Mage, he has Quicken. And his Limit Burst increases magic 40% for 3 turns for himself and deals 200% modifier damage with a cross-shaped 3-hit attack. Overall, interesting that he increases magic in his 121% modifier. My cat literally just like opened the window. He's been trying to ruin my videos like all day right now. And this is the second video that he's actively like opened the window and just like, he's literally here. Hold on, I'm gonna show you guys my desk here. Actually, I'm gonna grab him. Come here, cat. Come here. Whoa, there he is, all over the desk. Guy's got some quality cat butthole there. But this is him. He loves to ruin videos. Cheshire, say hello to chat. Nope. Okay, he doesn't want none. Ow. Oh, well, that was definitely the best part of the video. But yeah, it's interesting that his limit break buffs 40% magic, and then he also has another ability. I'm curious if these stack. They probably won't, but I am a little bit curious. And that's kind of what I'm thinking, right? I'm really excited for Lightning. I think Lightning is going to be probably the biggest, kind of thing coming. Hope. I'm cautiously optimistic. I think as a free unit, he's going to be pretty good. He'll be really good like light support unit, especially for players who maybe have Cecil already or Locke, and they're wanting to put together some type of a PvE, party with like a support in DPS. I could see it working, but for right now, Lightning, Snow's not out yet, but I'm kind of excited to see Snow. I hope he has some ranged and brawler type attacks. If you guys want to support me, you can use my affiliate link, dig.gs/coins. Otherwise, I will catch you guys on stream probably later today. So see you guys later.